Happy April 15th, everybody. I do not have my video set up for this little quick supporter. I just want to show you how to use day 3 tools. So again, all of yours will look like this. Okay, all of your classrooms, I'm sorry, will look like this. If you were to click that, most of you have gotten started on it, I've seen, or at least a good chunk of you. Remember that it's, okay, we're going to go up here, right? You've done up until, this was where you're supposed to stop from day 1, which is Monday. I don't have them set to dates, I have them done in days. So we're looking here at day 2 work. Everything up until slide 17/18 should have been done up until today. Now, if you haven't gotten to it yet, you're going to get to it today or tomorrow. That's fine. But that's what you're looking at. All right. Day 3 was the one where we had the most question. It's more involved. Okay. Not that it's hard, not that it's longer. As a matter of fact, it might actually be shorter than the other ones. But you need to. There's a little more to understand before you can go forward. All right, so if you keep going through here, here's a video of what the globe would look like if all the landlocked water melted and sea level rise. So if you click this model, which is what I have up here, right? But let's just go through it together. Okay, click this model. You have to press launch. All right. Now this is a model. If you want to go forward, you can actually go through this and play with this model, and you can do it for over an hour on your own. I'm not saying you need to, but you can easily do this. Just get rid of this one here. You can easily do this in like 10 minutes, as long as you kind of really sit down and pay attention. If you're doing like this plus watching Netflix, not going to work. All right. So on the side here, you have the different things here. This right here is your high water mark. So think of it as your coastline, and it just kind of shows how it would be after 10 feet. All right. So let's just kind of scroll in. I said that you were supposed to, let's go back here, right? Trenton, Philadelphia, and then 2 other coastal cities. All right. And when you pick those 2 other coastal cities, that's what you're going to actually have to type about, is the 2 other cities. So you're going to look at Trenton and Philadelphia to kind of like give you some like baseline, and then you're going to go find 2 other cities. So let's just go straight in. I can zoom in, not hard. Go into Philadelphia, okay? Right, Philadelphia down here. Trenton up here. We can go to actually Hamilton West in a second in that area. So, all right, if I go here, okay, we have sea level rise. What would look like? The light blue is going to show the encroachment. Eventually, a lot of the coast is going to be gone. Look at Camden. All right. Okay. The Naval Center, all done. All of this underwater. Most of these rivers much larger. Okay, it can be a problem. So let's just kind of look at, if I were to click one of these. All right, Fort Mifflin. Okay, if I do local scenarios. All right, I can click Philadelphia. All right, now let's just assume, I'm telling you now that many models are actually finding themselves underestimating things, which means it's closer to here, right? But you know, let's just kind of leave it here. So this side explains in the year 2020 we'll have raised, which is 2020 now, by the way, 0.72 feet, 1.67 feet in 2040, and then in basically 80 years from now, we'll have 6 foot raise. Okay. All right. So it's going to be 6.5 feet, right? And that's what it'll look like. I can zoom in this much. Okay. Now, let's kind of go up here. We're looking at Philly. I want you guys to play around with Philly. Let's look at Hamilton West. There's this Hamilton West. On the map, you can see Spring Lake, right? Let's go down here to current. This is modern day. Green is wetlands and marshlands, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, how it definitely floods in this area. All right, here's the football stadium. It's Wilson. Okay, now what happens in, say, in these projections in the year 2040? More like 2045, I guess. Okay, Spring Lake is going to be pretty much, this is going to be all one big lake, which means you're going to have, if you live in this area anyway, you're going to have almost waterfront property. All right, like riverfront property. Okay, now if I were to say that we're underestimating things, in 20 years we're going to have a 2 foot raise. Okay, I think this is more likely than not, is assuming the models that I've seen um, are underrepresenting certain things. Okay, so in this situation, we've got a lot more water right here. Okay, which would be here, 2080, and then in 80 years from now, we'll have a little island, but this will all be one big, instead of a lake, so it's going to be a little outcrop and be a part of the river. Okay, so yeah, there's the highway that's going to be all underwater. So there's that. Okay, there are other things that you guys can look at here. You don't have to, but if I want to scroll back, and again, you can play with the different things. Let me scroll out. If I want to pick 2 other cities, I've talked about how New Orleans has been a problem, right? I've been concerned about New Orleans for a while. So I'm going to go to New Orleans. Okay. I guess I click this one for New Orleans. Grand Isle. Sure. Since they don't have their own button. Okay. So this is with nothing. By the way, this is New Orleans as it is, which, if you remember Hurricane Katrina and the terrible thing that happened there, the flooding that occurred, the lives lost, like it was really bad, right? Well, a part of the reason why is because if you look at it, this is the Mississippi River, and it just dumps out all a bunch of sand from all upstream, right? From all the way up northern states. So this is not this place is already effectively below sea level. Okay, so let's watch New Orleans in the high event. And let's say when you guys are going to try to go have your, your 50th birthday, New Orleans will still be there to some degree. Okay. Let's say you want to have a retirement party there. And then according to this, so according to their models, they've got it because New Orleans does have barriers in place. Like they expect flooding, but not from sea level rise, from storms. That's what they're looking like. Okay, compared to current day. All these places that are currently places where people are living, gone. Okay, and I'll look at one more city. We can go West Coast. I don't know. Portland's inland, but let's go to whatever this is. Oh, that place doesn't look so good. All right. So, they're already not doing great. But let's just take a look. For them, oh, wow. That's not going to be great for them either. So don't move here. All right. That's how you do this model. Okay. The easiest thing to do is to just go to local scenarios. Okay. When you have your local scenarios, you can do Seattle if you'd like. Okay. Find 2 cities on the map other than us. All right, other than Philadelphia and Trenton. And don't do Philadelphia, Trenton, New York, and Long Island, or like find something other than this like little zone. If your 4 can be found on my screen right now, that's unacceptable. I want you to look around because the geographies it's different among the United States. It's very different. So how the water will rise will be different. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure if it's the video that you saw, but there's videos out there that say that the East Coast is sinking a little bit right now. So we're going to experience some more we're going to have some extra flooding on our side of the United States just because California is rising, or the Rockies are rising, actually. Interesting stuff. But anyway, that's all I wanted to do. If you have any other questions, please contact me. But once again you do that, you're going to go here and you're just going to describe what you saw in 3 to 4 sentences from the 2 other cities. Tell me the 2 cities. Tell me the 2 cities and then type about it. Okay? I'm just trying to see how you did in making sure you're doing it. And you do not, by the way, for some of you who have handed this in, you do not have to turn in this assignment. You're just working on it, and I can see you doing the work. All right? So any questions, contact Ms. Glass or me, and then we can go forward this. But that's it for today's video. Have a good one.